Good day everyone, we are group 5 and our topic is all about poisoning and drug and their abuse. So first, let's define what is poison. Poison is any substance, solid, liquid or gas that tends to impair health or cause death when intrude into the body or onto the skin surface. So basically, ang poison is any substance that can harm a person's body when intrude. Next is causes. So small children are especially likely to become poisoning victims since they tend to put into their mouths nearly everything that they pick up. However, adults are subject to poisoning also. So here are the frequent causes of poisoning. First is overdose of aspirin, especially in children. Second is medicines left within reach of children. Third is poison transfers from the original containers to gas jars or soft drinks bottles. Fourth is carelessness on the part of parents in leaving dangerous substances around, particularly when children cannot yet read. So sixth is improper storage and disposal of poison substances. 7 is improper handling of spray equipment, including the mixing of pesticides, insecticides, and weed killers. 8 is inhalation or swallowing of poison substances. 9 is carelessness in taking a poisons from the medicine cabinet. 10 is overdose of drugs done either accidentally or suicidal intent. 11 is combining drugs and alcohol. So example of poisons around the home. First is cosmetic hair preparations. Second is gasoline, kerosene, and other petroleum products. Third is paint and turpentine. So fourth is strong detergents. 5 is bleaches. 6 is cleaning solutions. 7 is lee. 8 is glue, anomia, acids. So next is ways in which poisoning may occur. So first, it can be occur by mouth, by absorption, by inhalation, by injection. Then, so what to do when first you know that the victim has not swallowed a strong acid, strong alkali, or petroleum product but not have the original container. Next is you do not know what poisons the victim swallowed. So first, anita sa way sa first sentence. First button is dilute the poisons with water or milk. Second is induced vomiting except for strong acids, strong alkalis, and petroleum products. Third is medical help immediately. Next is what to do when you do not know what poisons the victim swallowed. So first is dilute the poisons with water or milk. Second is try to find out what poisons has been swallowed. Look for the original container. So third is get medical help immediately.
Now, we are talking about contact poisons. A. Chemical burns. Chemical burns, harsh chemicals, and corrosive poisons, if spilled on the skin, produce chemical burns which require immediate first aid. So, these chemical burns are mga harsh daw ni siya sa skin na if makuan sa imong panit is makaproduce ni siya chemical burns. B. Contact with poisonous plants. 1. Characteristic reactions. The majority of skin reactions following contact with offending plants are allergic in nature and characterized by A. General symptoms of headache and fever. So, you know na if makakontak ka sa poisonous plants can cause the general symptoms which is headache and fever na labad-ug ka ng ilantanon ka. B is itching. So, katul-katul. C is redness. Mamuwa imong panit. D is a rash. Some of the most common and most severe allergic reaction result from contact with plants of the poison ivy group, including poison oak and poison sumac. Such plants produce severe rash characterized by redness, blisters, swelling, and intense burning and itching. The victim also may develop a high fever and may be very ill. Ordinarily, ordinarily, the rash begins within a few hours after exposure, but it may be delayed for from 24 to 48 hours. 2 is distinguished features of poison ivy group plants. The most distinctive features of poison ivy and poison oak are their leaves, which are composed of three leaflets each. Both plants also have greenish white flowers and berries that grow in cluster. 3 is first aid. A. Remove contaminated clothing. Wash all exposed areas thoroughly with soap and water, followed by rubbing alcohol. B is apply calamine or soothing skin solution. So kanang mga pahid para kuan ba tawag na basta pahid muna. 3 is seek medical if a severe reaction occurs. So as you can know na you need medical if lala na kayo ang pagka-contact nimo sa plants. Poisonous plants. There are 3 poisonous plants. Common poison ivy, western poison oak, and poison sumac. 1 is common poison ivy or rose radicans. Grows as a small plant, a vine, and a shrub. Grows everywhere in the United States except California and parts of adjacent states. Eastern oak leaf poison ivy is one of its varieties. Leaves always consist of 3 glossy leaflets, also known as 3-leaf ivy, poison creeper, climbing sumac, poison oak, and markweed, pickery, and mercury. 2 is western poison oak or Rose diversiluva. Rose diversiluva. Grows in shrub and sometimes vine form. Grows in California and parts of adjacent states. Sometimes called poison ivy or yarra. Leaves always consist of 3 leaflets. And class is poison sumac or rose vernex. Grows as a woody shrub or small tree from 5 to 25 feet tall. Grows in most of eastern third in United States. Also known as swamp sumac. Poison elder, poison ash, poison dogwood, and thunderwood. C is first aid for contact poisons. 1 is to remove the contaminated clothing, immediately drench and flush the affected skin with large quantities of water or other available liquids as you remove clothing. 2 is poison is from a pesticide or a corrosive substance, strong acid or alkali. Send for an ambulance immediately. 3 is continue washing all contaminated skin with soap and water for at least 5 minutes. Keep the victim's airway open. Give artificial respiration if indicated. Do not leave the victim alone. So, let's talk about prevention. A. Prevention of poisoning from drugs and chemicals. One is storage. Store all household chemical products and medicine out of reach and sight of children. Preferably in a locked cabinet or closet. Medicine and chemicals should not be stored on shelves with food. Label them properly. Keep medicines, chemicals, and cosmetic preparations in their original containers. Do not transfer poisonous products to unlabeled bottles, glasses, or cups. Do not reuse containers that have held potentially harmful substances. Two is use. Read labels before taking medicines. Do not take or give medicines at night without turning on the light. Protect your skin and eyes when using insect poisons, weed killers, solvent, strong detergents, and cleaning agents. Use liquid and sprays only when ventilated places. Wear a mask over your mouth and nose when spraying plants, pesticides, and similar preparations. Do not use gasoline or kerosene for starting fires or for not cleaning purposes. Wash thoroughly after using strong chemicals and remove contaminated clothing at once, cleaning up any spilled liquid. 3 is precautions to observe around children. Avoid taking medicine in the presence of small children. Safeguard with special precautions all drugs that are colored, flavored, or coated with sugar, including aspirin, containing chewing gum, warns small children not to eat or drink medicines or anything else they may find without your permission. Insist upon this rule as soon as they are old enough to begin exploring the home environment. Teach children about the danger of drugs and poisonous chemicals. Do not allow them to inhale plastic glues, or resins for a prolonged period of time while building plastic models. Provide teenagers with information regarding the dangers of drinking industrial alcohols, over over the doses of alcohol, and experimentation with drugs. 4 is disposal. Disposal: take an inventory of drugs and chemicals in the home. Discard all drugs periodically, particularly those left over from treatment of special illnesses. Flush the drugs down the drain, rinse containers, and throw them away. 5 is preparation for emergencies. Learn what to do in case of overdose of medication or accidental poisoning. Keep first aid supplies on hand and available at all times. Also, keep handy the telephone numbers of your physician, hospital, and poison control information center, and the police and fire departments. Fire departments. B is prevention of poisoning from plants. One is ingested poisons. Prevention of poisoning in small children depends upon early training not to chew on leaves or plants or to eat berries that they may find without permission. Adults, particularly those on farms and with gardens, should learn which plants are likely to produce poisoning if swallowed accidentally or included by chance, with edible vegetables and berries. Number two is contact with poisonous plants. Learn to identify the poisonous plants in locations where you live and visit. Person with known sensitivity should avoid contact with noxious plants and consult their physician regarding desensitization injections, since poisonous plants often are not recognized as such or are identified only after contact. All persons who have been handling wildflowers, leaves, and plants should remove contaminated clothing and truly wash exposed surface of the skin as soon as possible. Stay away from irritating plants that are being burned, since the soot may contain active substances that produce a reaction. The toxic extract also may be transmitted by pests and from clothing.
I'm here to discuss the poisoning by marine life. So, marine life is animals or plants and other organisms that live in the salt water of seas or ocean. So, we have here the causes and effect. First is marine life or marine animals can produce puncture wounds. Second, toxic reaction may receive or may result in verifying effect due to individual's sensitivity or resistance and violates an amount of venom infected or contracted. The third one is variety of species of fish are equipped with venoms apparatus attached to dorsal or spine. So makita na to ang venom sa mga isda diri sa mga spine nila. A few examples are catfish, second weaverfish, scorpionfish including zebrafish. The last one is toadfish or the surgeonfish. Next is sea snake. Uncommon in water-bounding, the United States are of the Cobra genus and effect extremely potent venom that affect in the nervous system. The first aid in this is the safe for the other snake's bite. Next, we discuss about the ingestions of poisonous of shellfish and fish. First, we have the characteristic. So, shellfish poisoning is related to bacterial contaminations, allergic reactions, and paralytic type. So, we have the paralytic type symptoms. So, paralytic type poisoning symptoms are numbness of the face or mouth, weakness, muscular paralysis, increased salivation, intense thirst, difficulty in swallowing. Next, we have the precautions. So, precautions, there are numerous varieties of shellfish that should not be eaten. Learn the pieces of marine life in your area that are known to be safe. So, we have here the first aid. First to do is induce vomiting, second, dilute poison, third, treat for shock, and the last one is give artificial respirations of indicated. Next is sting. So let's define what is sting. It is a type of body part of insects such as heel that used to put on human body to put their venom. So we have a characteristic. We have the venom produced by jellyfish and Portuguese man of war. So it causes of burning pain, rashes in skin, shock on occasion, muscular cramping, nausea, and vomiting, respiratory difficulty. So next we have the first aid. So first you do is wipe off the affected area with towel and wash the area with rubbing alcohol. Second is give medication such as aspirin for pain. 3. Seek medical aid if symptoms are severe. Next topic we discuss about the poisoning by insect. So first we have the kinds and effect. First, sting from ants, bees, rust, hornet, and yellow jackets, occasionally caused by death. Death from sting or such creatures is almost always due to acute allergic reaction. Second, bites or sting from fleas, mosquitoes, lice, gnats, jiggers, and other common insects produce local pain and irritations but are not likely to cause severe reactions. Some of these insects are not likely to cause severe reactions. Some of these insects may transmit the disease to man but are not harmful in themselves. Third, ticks can transmit germs of severe diseases, including Rocky Mountain spotted fever, a disease that occurs in the eastern portions of the United States as well as the western portion. Ticks adhere tenaciously to the skin or scalp. Fourth, spiders in the United States are generally harmless with two notable exceptions. First, the black widow spider and the brown recluse or violet spider. We have here the symptoms of black widow spider bites. First, slight local reaction, severe pain produced by toxin, profuse sweating, nausea, painful cramps of abdominal muscles, difficulty in breathing and speaking. Next symptoms we discuss from the recluse spider bites. First, which forms an open ulcer within from 1 to 2 weeks. Second, destructions of red cells and other blood cells changes. Third, developing the chills, fever, joint pains, nausea, and vomiting. Fourth, developing rashes with from 24 to 48 hours. 5 is tarantula. Tarantula also found in banana and fruit shaped from South and Central America. 6. The scorpions. So next we discuss about the effect. So bites from different dangerous species. There are marked systematic effect within from 1 to 2 hours. So next is their symptoms. First is excruciating pain at the site of the sting, second, nausea and vomiting, 3. Abnormal pain, 4. Shock, 5. Possible development of convulsion and coma. Next is the how to first aid. So, minor bites and sting. First you do is cold application. Second is soothing lotion such as calamine.
Good day guys, I'm here to report my assigned topic which is poisoning by venomous snake, which is part of the standard first aid and personal safety. First, I'll start with rattlesnake. So there are four kinds of rattlesnake. First would be timber or Crotalus horridus, also called band rattlesnake, mountain rattler, and black rattle. It is found in uplands and mountains from the southern Maine to northern Florida and westward to central Texas. The size of this snake will end up to 6 feet, average 4 feet. The second one is diamondback or Crotalus adamantius, found from the central coast region of North Carolina along lower coastal plain through Florida, westward to eastern Louisiana. Size will end up to 8 feet. The third one is Pacific or Crotalus viridis oreganus. See illustration Pacific rattlesnake. Found to British Columbia to Southern California and Lower California, east to Idaho, Nevada, and Arizona. Size will end up to 5 feet. Last one is Massasoga or Cestroros catinatus, also called pygmy rattlesnake. Found western New York and northwestern Pennsylvania, westward to northeastern Kansas on the south and southern Minnesota on the north. A subspecies extend into Texas, Arizona, and Colorado. Size will end up to 3 feet. After the rattlesnake, the next one is copperheads. Copperheads found in Massachusetts to northern Florida. Size will end up to 53 inches, average 3 feet. The next one is cottonmouth moccasins, found from southern eastern Virginia. Size will end up to 39 inches. The last one is coral snake, found along the coastal plains central North Carolina. Size will end up to 39 inches. Next, I will discuss the signs and symptoms of pit viper bite and coral snake bite. Una, pit viper bite is mailhan nimo mapakan ka og viper is kanang extremely painful, sakit siya. Nya characterized by rapid swelling. So, paspas siya mahubag, igkapakan nimo mahubag siya ditso. Ang may balaan nimo mapaakan ka sa pit viper is mulakray ang duha ka fangs or tango. Kanya mausab ang color sa imong panit sa area ug asa ka napaakan. Coral snake bite manifestation is kanang dili ka siya sakit but kanang mura kang ma-feel ug mura ka gipaso. Mild local swelling at the wound is kanang murag mahubag. Blurring vision is kanang muhanap imong pananaw. Dropping eyelids is kanang murag dukaon imong mata. Slurring speech is magkanga ka. Drowsiness is kanang lipong. Increased saliva and sweating. So butable mo gina. So perhaps nausea and vomiting kanang maglain mo tiyang tiyan or kasukaon ka. Shock, paralysis, convulsions, and possible development of makoma ka. So now let's move on to the last part, which is first aid procedure. Dapat pahilumon ra nimo ang victim og imo siyang pakalmahon kay the more siya malihog, the more nga mo mas mukalat dayon ang binom. So dapat iyahang kamot is naka-lowered position ra permanente. Second is if ang arm or leg siya napaakan, dapat hiktan nimo siya og band 2 to 4 inches above sa area nga napaakan between the wound and the victim's heart. Sunod is use the blade in a snake bite kit if available. Ug wala, mag-sterilize ka og knife blade with a flame and make incision through the skin. Apply sanction. So ug nay sanction cap mas maayo kay mao mo sip-sip sa venom. Pero wala, pwede ra nimo sip-sipon gamit imuhang baba but dili niyo siya dapat iswallowed. Wash the wound thoroughly with soap and water and blot dry. Next, you may place a cold, wet cloth or ice wrap in a cloth if available. Do not give alcohol gel in any form kay basta. Treat the victim for shock. Give artificial respiration. Consult a physician. Make sure that the victim walks slowly. Telephone ahead to the nearest hospital or doctor.
Prevention of accidental poisoning is to prevent accidental poisoning. Consider these 10 following precautions. First is secure medications and chemicals. Keep medication, household cleaners, pesticides, and other potential toxic substance out of reach of children and pets. Dapat ato silang ipalayo sa mga bata ang mga chemicals para dili nila makuha o dili sa sila mga disgrasya. Then second is proper storage of household product is follow storage guidelines on product labels. Keep chemicals on their original containers to avoid confusion. Dapat daw ang chemicals nga itong gamit, dapat dili na to siya ibutang og laing butanganan para dili ma-confuse ang usa ka ay ang sunod nga mogamit. Yeah. Third is child proofing. Install safety latches on cabinets where cleaning products or medication are stored. Keep potential toxins, including plants that may poisonous out of reach. Dapat there is a child proofing, install safety latches. Dapat daw na kita proper nga butanganan sa ato ang mga chemicals nga maka-poison, mga chemicals nga poison para ma-avoid na to ang incident. Then safe disposal is dispose of expired medication and household chemicals properly. Dapat daw ato mga ginamit na mga basiyo sa mga chemicals, dapat daw nagit tayo sa atong butanganan para dili siya maka-cause of incident. Then nang kalima kay labeling. Clearly label all containers, especially if you transfer substance into different batches. Dapat mo transfer ka og usa ka chemical, dapat butngan sa nimong label para dili ma-confuse ang next nga gamit. Then dapat ang sa 6 kay educating. Educate family members about potential hazards in home. Like, imo sila tudloan nga kana siya din na siya nimo ang hilabtan kay hazardous na siya or maka-cause na siya poison. Then sa 7 is use child-resistant packaging. Choose medications and household product with child-resistant packaging whenever possible. Dapat daw mogamit ka og mga product nga karang example, mga medicines. Dapat kuno magatugma gid sa iyang magatugma sa iyang nasakit. Then sa 8 kay emergency information. Keep emergency numbers including the Poison Control Center accessibility, know the signs of poisoning and what to do in case of ingestion. Dapat kabaw ka sa mga number or karang emergency response team like Poison Control Center para maagapan na yun kung kinsa man itong na poison. Then ang 9 kay safe handling. Follow proper safety precautions when using and handling chemicals or toxin substance. Dapat aware ka nga ikaw sa mogamit, aware ka sa substance nga makuha nimo. Naman sila yung mga label, dapat imong basahon para makabaw ka sa ikuha nila. Then lock up hazardous item. Then items like alcohol, tobacco products, and certain medications should be kept securely and locked away. Dapat ang kaning kuan dili na to sila saya lang. Dapat na yun sila saktong butanganan. Then in case of accidental poisoning, contact your local poison control center or emergency service immediately. Always seek professional medical advice.
So, classification of drugs. Drugs are abused can be classified in many ways. Some of the groups overlap in one or more effective. The following list is arranged for convenience without regard to importance, severity, or prevalence of abuse. Alcohol, alcoholic privilege. So, alcoholic privilege is kanang gihimo pinaagi sa fermentation sa taas carbohydrate nga mga pagkaon. So, cannabis marijuana is kanang also known as marijuana among the name is a psychodratic drug from the cannabis plant. So, depressant, sedative, hypnotics. So, kuan ka na slow down the activity of the brain. Then, hallucinogens kay kaning mga are various products easily brought and found in the home or workplace. So, inhalants kay kaning mga kanang or narcotics kay kaning mga the term narcotic originally referred medically to any psychoactive compound with numbing or psycholyzing. So, stimulants substance that raises level of psychological or nervous of activity in the body. Then tranquilizers is a medical drug taken to reduce tension or anxiety. So alcohol in this context, the term alcohol refers to alcoholic beverages whose effects relate to their alcoholic content and to the level of alcohol in the blood resulting. So alcohol, so mo to ang mga kuan. Then abuse kay kanang the drinker may use alcohol as a psychological crutch, thus he may develop a later psychical dependence similar to that produced by the barbiturates. There is a well-defined alcohol abstinence syndrome closely related to the described for the barbiturates. Bilirubin treatments is a major symptom complex of alcohol withdrawal. So, abuse kay kanang kuan kanang change which is a result or consequences of an action or other cause. So ang abuse is kanang use something to bad or for use something to bad effect or use something to bad effect or for a bad purpose. So first aid kay alcohol in intoxication, whether due to an acute overdose or total prolonged abuse, is treated as follow. So first aid is help to give a sick or injured person unit full need medical treatment is available. So, if the person is sleeping quietly, his face is of normal. Of if the person is sleeping quietly, so if the person is sleeping quietly, his face is of normal color, his breathing is normal, and his pulse is regular. No immediate first aid is necessary. B. If the person shows such signs of shock as cold as clammy skin, rapid and 3D pulse, and abnormal breathing, or if he does not, from their use the use of alcohol is legal and widely accepted socially in the United States and in many other countries. In spite of this acceptance, prolonged abuse and consumption of large amounts of alcohol may cause great social and economic detriment, as well as physical damage to individual users. Even the even a moderate amount of alcohol in combination with a barbiturate or minor tranquilizer may be hazard. So, effect: alcohol is depressant, affecting first the higher reasoning areas of the brain, with perhaps a feeling of relaxation, or in the company of others, a sense of exhilaration and conviviality due to the release of inhibition. Later, motor motor so the motor activity really motor skills and coordination are disrupted, and with deepening intoxication other bodily processes are disturbed. So, effects affect a change a change which is a result or consequences of an action or other causes. So, so C. Maintain an open airway, give artificial respiration if indicated, and maintain body heat. So D. If the victim is unconscious, place him in the coma position, figure 58, so that secretion may drool from his mouth. This position will usually allow for good respiration. So, cannabis marijuana. Cannabis sativa is an herbaceous annual plant that grows wild in temperate climates in many parts of the world. The various form of the drug are frequently referred to as cannabis, although the official definition states that cannabis is the flowering or fruiting tops of the cannabis plant, from which the resin has not been extracted. Marijuana usually consists of crushed cannabis leaves and flowers, and often twigs. It varies greatly in the content of active material. So, hashish is a preparation of cannabis resin, which is squeezed or scraped from the plant top and is generally 5 or more times on what is marijuana. So cannabis, a tan plant with a stiff, upright stem, difficult serrated, and glandular hairs. So cannabis is a tall plant with a stiff, upright stem, divided, serrated, and glandular hairs. So effects. The use of cannabis in medical practice is not presently recognized. The effect to be described, therefore, are those experienced in abuse. These effects are those related, that is, the effect or dependence upon the content of active material, tetrahydrocannabinose in particular. So the impression that marijuana is a harmless drug has been fostered by the low content of active material in American samples. However, use of the more potent hashish is increasing. So effects. A change which is a result or consequences of an action or other cause. So throat irritation is gonna sore throat can be a symptom of step throat. So increase heart rate, set an incline if you're on the treadmill increase the incline. So reddening of the eyes. So when the vessels on the surface become enlarged, then increase appetite. So if you want to eat more often or in larger quantities than you are used to. So first aid, there is no need for emergency treatment unless a psychotoxic reaction develops, in which case the approach is the same as that for an LCD bad trip. So first aid, help given to a sick or injured person. Unit full medical treatment is available. So characteristics and types. Depressant donor, depressants are drugs that act on the nervous system, promoting relaxation and sleep. So characteristics and types. Special quality or appearance that makes individual or group different from others.
So, hallucinogens. Hallucinogens are drugs that are capable of producing mood change, frequently of bizarre character, disturbance of sensation, thoughts, emotion, self-awareness. So, hallucinogens, from the word hallucinogens, means hallucination. So, those people nga nag-hallucinate or na sila in short murag mga bongbuang ba na sila madunggan na bis wala ng tabi. So mo na sila drugs na magka-produce na to og kanang mag mood swing or mood change, maka-change sa tong emotions. So these are important hallucinogens. Some others, so mescaline. So mescaline is a type of plant which is maka-kuan or hallucinogens or hallucination. So muna siya example guys. I don't know if makikita mo, basta muna siya example. So next is psilocybin. So type gap muna siya na plant which is small mushrooms. So muna siya example na small mushrooms. Then next is morning glory seeds. So morning glory seeds is one seeds of the flower which is this one. Okay, then a number of synthetic substance. So synthetic substance example na is kaning muna siya marijuana type na drugs. Then next is also sa example sa is piperazine. So which is kani masig tablitas. Then next, so these are the effects of hallucinogens. So increased activity through its action on the central nervous system. So di na to kontrolado ang atong mga nervous system which is kanang nairay ka mga buhaton nga kanang unconscious na ba din. Increased heart rate, so mo paspas ang pitik sa atong heart rate. Then increased blood pressure, mo taas ang atong dugo. Then increased body temperature is kanang murag atong temperature ng lawas is mo init siya or kanang mamugnaw niya. And deleted enlarged pupil. So pupil means kanang sa atong mata kanang murag black sa atong mata is mo deleted siya or mula mudako. Then flash fades is kanang murag mamyahaw kana ba. So this is how we handle people who have hallucinogens or giving first aid to them. So a personal trip or good or bad needs a careful attention and protection. So kanang people nga experience ng hallucinogens is dapat makuha na to siya kanang first aid by talk the person down from his disturbing experience in quiet and safe surroundings. So ang how we treat them is kanang ato siyang istoryahan like in a safe place, safe surroundings or quiet place. Kanang dili po siya kanang murag na normal sa kadit ba. Then get the victim a physician or hospital as soon as possible, or two persons should accompany him if possible. So ang katong naka-experience of hallucinogens is dapat ito siya i-adto o physician or hospital. Physician is kanang like kuha siya kanang professionals na nag-handle og mga nag-hallucinate na mga tao ba rin as soon as possible sa hospital. So dapat na siya two persons should accompany him if possible kay na-hallucinate man na syempre, so di na ito malikayan if unsay buhatan na. So dapat na siya accompany with two persons. So next is narcotics. So narcotics is a type of drug which is that relieves our pain or reaction to our pain. So types ni siya sa drugs which is kanang makarelieve sa pagipamati na to ba or kanang to mga sakit-sakit, which is example of that is kani tablet na siya. Then these are types of narcotics. Preparation of opium such as paregoric. So opium is type of plant which is kani. I don't know if maklaro diya pero mao na siya guys. Then paregoric is nakagarapol na siya or kanang grapa na makahelp sa to relieve our pain which is kani. Then next is substance found in opium, morphine, and codeine related. Then last is synthetic laboratory made substance that have morphine-like effect including myrfidane or dimorolmethadone or dolopine. So more na siya yung mga types of narcotics, drugs which is that relieves our pain. So these are the effects of narcotics. So reducing an awareness of pain. So mo to maka-reduce atong ipamati. Then quitting of tension and anxiety. So maka-kuhan sa siya kanang makapawala sa atong tension, sa atong anxiety. And next is decrease activity. So kanang dili kita hilig og kanang mga activity nga pagabuhaton. Then promotion of sleep, kanang dali ta makatulog. And decrease in breathing and pulse rate. So kanang dili bitaw og nga paspas o paspas atong paghinawa or atong pulso. then reducing of hunger and thirst. So dili ka na siya makapagutom or makapauwaw. Then more sa niya siya result if ma-overdose ka sa narcotics. So lethargy in increasing reduction in activity and awareness. So mo to ma-increase atong pag sa activities, atong pag-aware sa atong kawalingon, then sleep deepening to coma. So kanang taas nga pagpahuway na mag-lead na siya og pag-coma. So increase depression of breathing to the point of spirituality. So ma-increase ang depression na to o atong pag-breathing nga maabot sa point nga respiratory failure or dili na maginawa. So again ha mo ni siya kanang mga effect if ma-overdose sa narcotic. Next is purpose of sweating. So kanang kanang singot, sington ka. Then fall in temperature kanang mamugno ka na yun. Then muscle relaxation kanang murag mamuypoy ka ba? Kanang relax ang imong panglawas. Then contraction of pupils to the point size. So ang kanang construction of pupils, which is kanang itom na parang part sa tong mata is mo lumay na siya. Then most din siya mga possible nga kuha sa narcotic if ma-abuse na siya og gamit. So nervousness, restlessness, and anxiety. So magka-anxiety ka or anything nga maitabo sa mga nerve cells. So next is tears and running nose, kanang sigag panghingos. So na-addict na ka ba kay na-abuse naman nimo. Then sweating, hot and cold flashes, and plus flash. So kanang mo to para ani nga sington ka rin mamugnaw o manginit ako murag dili nimo pa ang temperature sa mga lawas ba. Then yawning, so kanang pagsipang panghuyab. Then muscular aches and pains in legs, back, and abdomen. So kanang magsakit ang imong likod, imong legs, imong back. Then nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. So kanang pagsuka, pagkalibanga. The next is loss of appetite and loss of weight. Kanang di ka ganang mukaon, mawala imong panglasa, or mugaan ka, malus imong weight. Then next is dilated enlarged pupil. So patong ingon ako nimo ingon ako nga ang pupil which is nasa mata ng itong sa mata is mo enlarge siya, mudako. And increase of breathing, blood pressure, and body temperature. So ka-increase ato paginawa, o pas-pas ang paginawa mo, tas ang dugo, and dili na kontrolado ang temperature sa lawas. Then next is intense cravings for drugs. So kanang intense cravings for drugs is kanang pangita na kaning nga type of drugs kay muna kanang sige na kag-crave ana ba kay na-abuse naman nimo. Then these are the first aid or the possible treatment to those people that have abused using narcotics. So arouse the victim if possible by lightly slapping him with a cold wet towel and try to get him in his feet. So if possible kanang ipatindugo na tong victim, then if possible ay kanang slightly paluon siya o kanang panyo nga bugnaw. Then try to get him in his feet, kanang patindugon with siya. Then next is maintain an open airway and administer artificial respiration if indicated. So maintain an open airway. So just like sa first aid nga, if i-maintain yun yung pagkuhan para makaginhawa siya. Then administer artificial respiration, so CPR. And maintain the body temperature. Dapat i-maintain mo, sige mo sa pag-chikon if yung temperature is sa iyang lawas is sakto ra ba. Then avoid rough treatment of the victim. So avoid rough. So dili na mo siya kanang kalingon na siya dito. So dapat kanang inahinay ra siya or kanang gentle ra imong pag-treat sa victim. Then reassurance the victim and seek medical assistance as soon as possible. So, katong reassure the victim and dapat mo mangayot kag tabang sa mga kanang kabalo ang mga medical assistance as soon as possible. So next is stimulants. So these are type of drugs used to increase mental activity and to offset jaundice and fatigue. So types of drugs ni siya nga makapaantok ng tabar, dali makapatulog and fatigue. So these are the types of stimulants or stimulant drugs. So first is amphetamine. So nako example ng amphetamine. So ano siya guys? Tablet siya or like murag tawas. The next is dextrometamine. So dara siya guys. Example na is capsule gyapon na siya guys or tablet nga maka-con of drowsiness. The next is methamphetamine. So, mo na siya guys. Crystal na siya type nga drugs. Then, all of these are similarity and will be described as an example by amphetamine. So, these are the effects of stimulants drugs. So, alertness. So, alerto ka. Wakefulness kanang di ka makabatig yun og dukaon kanang birmi lang yung kanang energetic ba, then makarelate sana siya og kanang fatigue o kakapoy, and a feeling of well-being kanang kani mo feeling mo nga marag kanang normal ka. Then these are the if ma-abuse ang stimulants, these are the possible effect. So confusion, confused ka ba? Then disorganization, nga hindi na nakahilig og tapok-tapok. Then compulsive repetition of small meaningless acts. So meaningless act kanang nakay mga pagabuhaton nga kanang walay pulos ba, walay punto. Then irritability, kanang dali ka mairita, kanang dali ka mapungot ba. Then suspicious, kanang murag agnay kanang mga suspicious sa mga butang-butang o sa mga tao. Fear, kanang nakay-hadlok. Hallucination and delusion, which may become paranoid. So mag-hallucinate ka, katong mabuang ka ba or ma-delusion na ka na kay mga makita nga bisag wala gyud or mahimo kang paranoid. Then aggressive and antisocial behavior which may endanger to other, kanang agresibo ka ba, kanang imong kaugalingon ba, imong behavior is dili nimo kontrolado nga maka-apekto ka sa uban. Then these are the first aid or possible treatment to the people who use stimulant drugs. So protect the victim against injury. So dali lang siya masabtan guys. Maintain an open airways and administer artificial respiration if indicated. So same na siya first aid atong previous na ko nga i-discuss. Then maintain body temperature. Obtain psychiatric help for the victim of his delusions and hallucination. So the last one is tranquilizer. So this is the type of drug used to reduce anxiety, fear, tension, agitation, and related state of mental disturbance. So type of drug siya nga makapareduce o makapawala or makapa-lower sa possible sa anxiety, fear, or tension. So these are this is the example of guys tranquilizer, no? Capsule gyapon na siya guys, drugs. So these are the types of abuse by tranquilizer. So major tranquilizer includes phenozine. So like na siya gyapon guys kanang sagol diya sa kaninga tambal para sa maka-use to reduce itong ingano kanina. Then minor tranquilizer may made Clerazepicide, etanoverenal, and diazepam. So these are the first aid or possible treatment to those people who have abused using tranquilizer. So same gyapon siya og kanina guys, pag give og treatment, arouse the victim if possible by lightly slapping him with cold wet towel and try to get him on his feet. Maintain an open airway and administer artificial respiration if indicated. Maintain body temperature and get the victim to a physician, hospital, or drug abuse treatment center as soon as possible. So, again guys, these are the possible to give first aid or treatment to those people who have abused tranquilizer. That's all. Thank you for watching.